Okay, yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Taeyhun Kim. Working for the DRMInside. I'm a CTO and a co-founder of that company. I'm trying to talk about this title, the vulnerability and protection of the web publishing contents. So vulnerability means some weakness in terms of the protection. So I put some picture. As you know, so common the digital publishing content is well protected by DRM, so such as Redeem LCP, which is now will be soon ISO standard. But that is some condition. Is that well protected mean is that content is rendered in the dedicated application. But if that content is rendered in a web browser, it's maybe a different story. Let me see the why this is so vulnerable. It's a kind of the proof of the vulnerabilities. We monitor the existing illegal site and how many illegal the image and content is uploaded every day. I think you already know about the basic web browser's functions, save as, right clicks, screen, print. It is very easy to use as a normal user if that website has no any the protection mechanism. And if that basic mechanism is blocked, and you can go to the developer tools by clicking F12. It's very easy to extract content at the DOM level. For example, element console, a network application. You can see any kinds of the internal data, even the image in the network level. Or you can make this disable JavaScript by just one click. And then you can use some the Chrome extension to be able to some disable function. Or there is a very convenient in the hacker point of view, convenient tool out there is some that Chrome extension can make all images in a web pages download at a time. It's very easy with one click. Even though some basic browser functions and all the JavaScript is something like that is blocked, normal user can use a capture tool. With a capture is very easy to extract image or text one. And this is just a normal user who does not know the programming concept. If the programmer is involved, it's a little bit different story. Let's see about it. They don't need to access the web browser. If the HTML has no protection measure, and then gathered the HTML from some very useful curl command, and then get the HTML, static HTML. And if that HTML is shown like this, okay, and then you can see all the image URL sources are shown. But if that structure is shown, it's very easy to make some automatic the Python script by using ChatGPT and a learn script, and then result is download. But the static HTML is not good for in front of the production point of view. Is content service provider can make some dynamic HTML. That means the source URL can be seen in a static HTML, but after loading that HTML, that created and generate content in client side. There is no static information, but in DOM level, still the URL is open. So if that mechanism is analyzed, and then story can be given to the ChatGPT as a prompt, so that ChatGPT easily generate this kind of script and then run, and you can download all images. So, for example, CAPTCHA or login is a kind of the bundle to over in Kaggle point of view, but it's in running Chrome in debug mode, you can evade or skip the CAPTCHA or login process. Some service provider use some IP blocking system. So some hacker is try to get content is by script. For example, 10,000 requests within a few seconds. That means a server can detect that it is not a human, it's a script. So they can block the IP address. But with the commercial proxy or VPN, that is very easily avoidable. That should give the very random IP address for the client. Other service provider use a one-time URL. That URL is just cannot access anymore if one accessed one. And man-in-the-middle attack by the reverse proxy and rerouting, with that mechanism is very easy to avoid. Another clever way, so you can dynamically insert the JavaScript into the live page. It's very convenient way in hacker point of view is with the injection of some malicious JavaScript into the live page, and you can get the original content. This one is a little bit top layers hackers to use way. No matter what the content is dynamically encrypted or something like that, is all kinds of protected ways involved. Hacker can analyze the protection mechanism with the debugger tool. And after reverse engineering, that mechanism, if once that mechanism is understood by the hacker, they can input that mechanism into the ChatGPT as a prompt. That means that JavaScript, the Python script can download all kinds of encrypted contents and download and decrypt it. Something like that is very easy. And based on this vulnerability, and we can define some requirements for web content protections like this. First one, we need to block basic functions of web browsers, like this one. And then it is highly recommended to contents of the web pages should be scrambled or encrypted, not be analyzed by the developer tools in the DOM level. I think it is a most important thing of the requirement is anti-reverse engineering. Is first, the protection measures should block using the developer tools first. It is very important. And then second, the JavaScript itself should be obfuscated. I mean, is that the flow is obfuscated and code itself is scrambled or something like that. Even a hacker get the JavaScript itself, it should be very difficult to analyze. And third one is for blocking the just one-click hack. So one-click hack means if a hacker have succeeded to analyze JavaScript and made some automatic script, that means that script can be distributed all over the world. And another common user can use that hacked tool. That is a one-click hack. So just one hacker can ruin all of the contents. But just a one-time license or one-time description module can be delivered every time, every access. Is very difficult to make the one-click hacking tool. It is possible to analyze the current page and make the script, but that is just a one-time. And then the second pages should analyze again. That kind of the complicated mechanism should be involved. It's kind of the very good mechanism. It's invisible watermarking is even though all kinds of mechanisms involved, is some capture mechanism cannot be blocked in the end. But if page can insert the invisible watermark for images, that images, even though it's a capture to upload the illegal site, that uploaded images can be gathered and get the final information of the hackers or illegal uploader. So it is possible to handle that upload technically or legally. So I add some accessibility issues. If the text is scrambled, it means TTS might not be possible, but some API is provided, and then the scrambled contents can be converted into the original one. This might be possible. This is the summary of the requirements, and this slide shows everything what I said before. And let's see about is there any solution to contains this kind of requirements out there? The first things we can think about it is the web application firewall. Is a very common technology. If we Googling with a web DRM, something like that, is just access control solutions. So as I explained before, is just blocking the IP address to detect malicious attack. And the second one is anti-screen capture solution. Is block the screen capture, but it needs some the installation in the client side. So it's a very common solution, especially in Korea, but in B2B business model is not the good solution because user really don't want the installation of the client. And the third one is proprietary implementations. All kinds of requirements can be Googling, and then you can find some other open source, and then you can implement that is a one by one, but it's a little bit resource intensive work, and in the end, it might reach some maintenance problem. Other one is Web DRM, is kind of a new concept. Is currently include all kinds of requirements, what I explained before. This table is the result comparison among the four the items. This is end of my presentation. Actually, we implemented this requirement, and then we released the brand name is Web-X DRM. So you can access our DRMInside site, and then you can test the feasibility. So thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Maria Bodmer from NetGalley, please, the floor is yours.
Hi. Oh, this is intimidating. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Maria. And thank you for having me today. And yeah, let's talk about NetGalley. Let's see how this works. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so NetGalley is a marketing and publicity platform that helps publishers promote digital reading copies and audiobooks with a wide and diverse audience. So what does that mean? It means that publishers use NetGalley to get the word out about their books, to receive feedback and reviews from our community, and to identify early trends using our detailed reporting in their accounts. And NetGalley is usually known for promoting pre-pub titles, but it can also help backlist books extend their reach. So just wanted to highlight that all pub dates are welcome. Come on. Okay. So NetGalley is an international company. So we have offices in the US, in the UK, France, Germany, and Japan. And I work for the French office, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about the French community, but if you have questions about our other domains, please feel free to reach out. So our NetGalley France community is about 15,000 members strong, and we work with 6 different member types. So the biggest one being reviewers, then followed by booksellers, educators, media, librarians, and book trade professionals. And of these 15,000, more than 4,000 members have also expressed interest in audiobooks. So both formats are represented here as well. So now how does it work for publishers specifically? So on NetGalley, every publisher has their own account where they can upload their files and set up their title record. And all of that to make their book available on the site. And once they've done that, they can start sending out invitations to their key contacts. And at the same time, or even afterwards, NetGalley members can come in and request the book from the publisher. The publisher can then approve or decline the request. And if the request is approved, the member starts reading and starts submitting feedback. If the member is a reviewer, they will start sharing those reviews widely. And the publisher on their end receives that feedback and also detailed reports about the general activity about the book. And yeah, once that promotional cycle is over, the publisher can archive the book and start the journey over again. So while all of the process is happening, we on the NetGalley side want to make sure that our community is as active as possible. So this is an example of a couple of examples of how we on the French side interact with our community. But of course, every domain does it a bit differently. So we use social media and our member blog to connect with our members. We do educational campaigns and engagement campaigns to make sure that everyone is as excited and as well informed as possible when talking about our publishers' books. So back to the publisher side. So NetGalley is a tool that allows publishers to have full control over who accesses their books and when. And because publishers have different needs for different books, there are numerous ways to do that on NetGalley. So a publisher can decide to invite their contacts to read by using what we call a NetGalley widget, which is a pre-approved link. It's super easy. They can also manually approve requests, to what we saw just before. But they can also add members to what we call an auto-approved list. And so for members on that list, they wouldn't have to manually approve all of the requests. So that saves time. And the fourth option is they can list the book as what we call read or listen now, which makes the title widely available to any NetGalley member. So there are no requests necessary for that option. So flexibility, of course, goes both ways. And members have various ways to read books on NetGalley, depending on their habits and preferences. So, for example, they can access the book with our NetGalley Shelf app, which is an app we developed specifically for NetGalley books. If they're a Kindle user, they can choose to send a file to their Kindle e-reader or the Kindle app. Or if they read on a computer, they can also download the secure file on their computer as well. And all of the files are secure. So yeah, many options here as well. So on the publisher side, again, so once the promotional journey is over, the publisher doesn't just receive feedback and reviews from our members, but they also get really detailed and in-depth reporting from NetGalley about their books. So yeah, as we can see here, there is a lot of really in-depth, nitty-gritty information about every book. But we also offer account-level reporting that gives you an overview of broad company data to inform strategy on your next book. So there's always 2 levels of reporting happening at NetGalley. Last but not least, we also do promotions, aside from the NetGalley listing. So we do newsletters, on-site promotions, and social media. And we have options for every budget and for every book. So if there is a specific audience you're trying to reach, just let us know and we will help you get the results you need. So I cannot tell you everything in just 10 minutes. So if you have questions or want to know more, feel free to reach out and our team will be more than happy to schedule a personalized call for you and your market. And also, if you have not heard your country represented, that's okay. There is space for international books on NetGalley as well. So we will find a way to help you with that as well. So yeah, thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Lucien and Antonin from Bulle Studio.
Hi, I'm Lucien, editor specialist in comics publishing. In April 2022, we launched with my brother Antonin, who is a software engineer, publishing house of Asian comics named Komoge. And while editing our first works, we noticed the lack of software dedicated to improve the productivity to translating comics. The only available software was too expensive and very limited. We then had the idea to create our own solution to help us improve our workflows, named Bulle. So currently, the publisher has to send to the translator a paper version of the comic or a PDF to the translator, and the translator will number manually one by one bubbles, and this process generally takes a day in total. But on Bulle, all it takes is one click. Thanks to our AI, we automatically detect bubbles, text, and onomatopoeia with automatic numbering. Let me show you an example on Bulle. So let's import our image on Bulle. Just put your original image like this. The little icon in cloud signify your image are on the cloud. Now you put your clean image without texts. Just take a little time. Okay. And now you can see the original version and the clean version side by side. Now let's press the AI detection button. So they will detect bubbles and text inside. You see there are no blocks at the right for the moment, and now AI detected all the bubbles and texts. You can also copy paste the text. And you can also export a PDF with numbering if you need. And all these are done in one click automatically by our AI. Okay. Sorry. After this, in the traditional process, the translator writes his translation on a Word document, specifying the numbering used previously so that the letterers can understand which bubbles refers to what, and sometimes even specifying the style of text, for example, quotes, flashback, etc. But on Bulle, the translator simply needs to fill in the boxes on the right, as you can see. And the translator can, in addition, be able to see the translation rendering, as you can see just here. He can write and see what he's typing with the fonts, etc. And, oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Videos on Google Slide are not very well optimized. Yeah, and you have also a glossary intelligence who detects mistakes, like you can put the name character of the main, the name of the main character and important names, and it detects automatically the errors. And also the translator doesn't need to download any files or have to physical books. So publishers just share access to Bulle as for Google Documents, for example. Once the translation has been completed, proofreading files are normally sent back and forth between the editor and the proofreader with several versions of the files and numerous emails. On Bulle, all you have to do is share access to the proofreader, and he or she can directly edit and comment on the bubbles or image without having to send files or emails. You can see here, I meet my coworker, and we're on the same time, on the same platform, the same project. He can write on this side, he can write on this side, and I can write on my side. I see what he's typing, he see what I'm typing. I can comment, and I can answer to his comments, and you can be more and more people. And then the traditional process, the letterer will manually create the text blocks on InDesign with around 1,000 copy paste from the translator's word into the text blocks, which represent a huge waste of time and a high risk of errors. But with Bulle, you can directly lettering on the platform. bypassing totally Photoshop or InDesign. You can change the fonts, the size, the style, like in InDesign, and you can also add, and you can also modify the position of the bubbles, and you can add onomatopoeia directly on the images. And after, you can, when it's done, export in image, and with automatic trimming to never webtoon format if required, and other platforms soon. And you can see here the result in images. So we totally bypass Photoshop, and we have one platform for everyone. And otherwise, with a single click, you can automatically import on your InDesign files. The InDesign plugin is directly connected to Bulle, so there's no need to download any files. All paragraph and character styles, block text, and text are added automatically. So you can see here all the project connected to the link, to the account. And here you click to start, and they will add the character style, the fonts, etc. And here are some feedbacks from our users. Damien, CEO of Studio Charon, second biggest adaptation studio in France, say, the Bulle software greatly simplifies the translation and lettering processes. Easy to use, this highly intuitive tool provides a significant time-saving benefit for translating and lettering webtoons and manga. Its compatibility with existing word processing and image editing software is a real advantage. Solin, a professional translator, say, before with my clients, I always had to do everything in words, specifying the page, the panels, the speech bubble. It was tedious and time-consuming. Thanks to Bulle, I can directly see the translation result and adjust the text length to fit the speech bubble without waiting for feedback from the letterer. What a time saver. Bulle also allowed me to easily communicate with editors during the project thanks to the comments. Now I couldn't work without it. And Hugo and Eloi from DPUB, who say, Bulle allow us to ensure better coordination between the different contributors, translators, letterers, and proofreaders all work on the single file, avoiding tedious back and forth, multiple versions, and the errors that can result from them. The ability to apply styles provide an early preview of the final products. This is a welcome convenience for the editor and a considerable time saver for the letterer. Considering the pricing, we are 50 euro per volume of manga, 5 euro for an episode of webtoon, and we also provide annual subscription based on company needs. To resume, Bulle offers to editors to centralize and supervise all your projects on one single file, for translators to translate without worrying about numbering and fine-tune your text using the pre-rendering function, letterers to lettering directly on Bulle or export identically to InDesign or Photoshop in one click with zero copy-paste, and for proofreaders to comment directly under the text to notify the translator, and there's no need to wait for lettering to see the rendering in the bubbles. Thank you for listening. And of course, if you have a question, I can respond after to you.
Wonderful, thank you. So I'm giving the floor to Virginie to close this day.
It's good to have our summit in the real life again, isn't it? It's good to meet up today with familiar faces and discover new ones, to compare points of view, to learn and share. Many, many thanks to our sponsors, Radium Foundation, La Sofia, le CFC, Aldous Up, Fondazione Lia, Dorina Norwil, Hachette Livre, Eden Livre, De Marque. My heartfelt thanks go to Laurent Lemeur and the whole IDEA Lab team, whose talent, energy and pugnacity I salute. I think they all deserve a round of applause. Thanks also to you, the speakers. Thank you for taking part, each and every one of you, with your contributions here today in this wonderful adventure we are leading for an open, interoperable, and accessible digital publishing ecosystem worldwide.